Hello?
Waffle to me. Welcome to the Waffle Soup Podcast. This is pub chat for those who love shite talk. Drink it up as we waffle about all sorts of random crap in a delicious soupy broth of juvenile bollocks. Grab a drink, get settled, and let's talk rhubarb. Waffle soup is served.
Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Waffle Soup Podcast. Yes, we're in 7th heaven. Let's do this. Lucky number 7, or unlucky for those who are listening to this right now. So, Connell.
Or if you had one of those lollipops from the 80s, the cola lollipops, if you got a 7, that was lucky. You got another lollipop.
I wasn't lucky for the shopkeeper though. Or your teeth. Or your gut. Or
what was good for your teeth or gut back
true,
then?
Yeah.
Wasn't big time.
Speaking of stuff that's bad for your gut and your teeth, what are you drinking?
Today, I will be drinking. So, right, I've found the find of the century.
Okay.
And I say that because, like, this shit's gonna be gone. And I know it's gonna be gone. Like, as soon as I walk into Aldi next time, it's gone. So this is 99 cent, right? A can. It's a lager. And it's, so it says on it, right? It's Deadly Brewing Lager. Crisp and refreshing. 99 cent. And it's 4%, like, you know. But it's absolutely delicious.
Yes, I'd agree.
But for 99 cents, because, like, I know lagers wouldn't be as expensive as IPAs and all
How
that.
much is a fucking Snickers or a Mars bar or something, like, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, because, like, even those other ones that I was going through last week and that were $1.29, which we thought was the cheapest stuff out. And I know it's only 30 cents cheaper, but, like, if...
But with the amount of cans we buy, that's a saving of about €700 a week.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing, the find on this one is, like the first one we done that was $1.29 was that orange flavoured one.
Yeah.
The second one wasn't great. It was a bit kind of... You could probably drink it after having a few other beers first. Whereas this one is actually really nice.
Yeah.
Like, so what I've done is our usual taste comparison. So I went out today and I bought these ones. Now these ones weren't too expensive as long as you bought them in a pack of
24.
So these are Brewdog, and this one's called Lost.
Right.
Apparently, for every box of the four, they plant a tree. I don't know. Who cares?
That's why you bought it, though, was it?
That's obviously why I bought it. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to have a taste of this one. So these are, if you buy them in a box of 4, they're €8, which isn't too bad. So that's €2 a can.
And the box, how many trees were killed in the making of the box?
Who knows? Who cares? Right. So where's your glass?
Trees?
So I'll try not to get too much ahead this week. All given out from last week. Huh?
Yeah, that's fine. It's good head there. Good stuff.
Do you like good head?
And clear. Look at
Yeah,
that.
well that's what they nearly like. This one doesn't say. It's probably the only lager that doesn't say it on it, where it's like clean, refreshing taste. So lager, for anyone out there who doesn't know, is the German word for store. It was the first time they could ever make it, because before, back in the olden days, you could only have beer for like for the summer or whatever.
Yeah.
And then once winter came around, it was onto whiskies and stuff like that. But then they found out how to do it, and they called it store.
Alright.
So you can store it, and that's what the word lager means.
We're always teaching. We're always making you learn. Yeah.
Some of us guardian.
Well, that was after he looked up U-corn and ex-hamster.
I stumbled upon it.
What's this Google thing?
I typed Cardle.
and then I typed in Langer and I got Lager. You think about a good old sup there, didn't
It's
you?
not very, like, there's no flavour to it really,
It's
is
a
it?
bit Budweiser-y, isn't
Yeah.
it? Again, it would probably help if it was cold, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Do you like warm beer or something?
I actually do like warm beer. The colour's actually nicer though,
It is,
isn't it? Yeah. And
So, fuck you, Brewdog.
even the smell of it's better.
Open for sponsorship, by the way.
Like the flavour of that is actually
Yeah.
really good. I might have to get a credit union loan out and just buy 1,000 cans and just... For those of you who are listening, it's a skull. It looked like it's drawn by a 10-year-old and coloured in by a 2-year-old. And I was like,
Did you do this?
oh yeah. So bad. Moving on. What are you drinking?
Something called Blue Jumper. So, that's... jumper is a great word because it's an Irish word for a fucking... what do you call it? What's the other word for a jumper?
A Ganzi.
Ganzi. Or like
Your
no, but if you go to fucking
Your
America
jersey.
or England and go...
Sweater.
Put on your
Sweater.
jumper there. Yeah, sweater.
Or in England, be.
It's just a great word.
Have you seen my jersey?
But when you actually think about some of the Irish words that we have, like jumper and fucking... what's the thing we call a wardrobe or a closet that doesn't say... Press. All this kind of shit. Or, you know... And there was one actually, that's funny, I was watching a programme the other day, and do you remember, you know when your ma used to go, I'm going for the messages?
Yeah.
I found out what that's about. what it means. Do you know those real old school bars where the Elvins used to go in, where they have like, you know, like Mary's in town, that pub where it's like hardware shop and all. They used to sell, you know, in the old Irish times, they used to sell everything and beer and what happened was, because there was no phones or any of that shit, if you wanted to relay a message to someone, you go in there and go, to Biddy behind the fucking bar, go, will you tell Biddy number 2 or whatever the fucking, you know, that mass starts at 7, not at 10 past 7, you know, and she'd pass that message on. It was just, that's how they communicated to each other in these old towns, like. So that's when your ma goes, and going out for the messages, that's where it came from. So there you go, they're fucking learning too. We should be charging for this shit.
This is fucking crazy.
Unbelievable.
Shit. This is mental.
But anyway, oh yeah, sorry, no, I haven't finished.
So it's called Jumper.
Yeah,
established that.
Blue Jumper. By the Western Herd Brewing Company, right?
And who are they?
I thought, like, it looks kind of American, doesn't it?
It looks like an ice cream. It looks like...
Yeah, because I got the red ale one, and it looks like a cow's udder, or not udder, the hide or whatever.
Yeah.
Can of
udder. Milk.
But they're fucking, like they're down in Clare, but I think one of the owners is American. But it goes...
Did he work for Ben and Jerry's?
Blue Jumper is inspired by Father Dougal and Sister Assumpta. Do you remember that time you were drinking Blue Jumper? So, you know, if any reference to Father Ted, I think, wins out.
And it's an IPA.
Yeah.
What's the percentage?
Here, do you want to try it?
Go on, let me get this.
Knock that back there, you fucking horse, yeah. 6.2. Whoa. Look at the colour of that shit, though.
And price-wise, what are we talking?
That's a good point. I'm so rich, I don't even look at the price. I just forgot. No, I think it was like £3 or something, 3 something. So, it's, you know when you go down and you buy 15 cans of Stella, and then you buy one decent one. It's good, don't it?
It's good, yeah, it's strong.
Yeah. Blue Jumper. Shove it up your jumper is what I say.
Yeah, it's
although we are open for sponsorship.
Prove me wrong. Find a way of proving us wrong.
So, have we stopped talking shite about drink?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk shite about other stuff.
Let's just keep talking shite.
Any crack with you?
Do I have any crack? I do. Do you have any crack?
Well, I'm hoping you have better
crack. No, I do.
Than
So I've got 2.
Yes.
I know, again, I'm changing it up to any crack. It's going to be, you know,
we've established
what the fuck are you moaning about now, right?
We're allowed moan, it's fine.
So I've 2 little ones, right? So one is...
No, you have 1 little one.
There's 2 little ones. 2 little ones hanging out beside it. So, the problem is, right, when you start growing a beard, right, for some reason, everybody thinks they have to tell you then who you look like. So there's never a time where, like, when you didn't have a beard, someone go, "Hey, do you know who you look like?" But since like
start growing, you know what? You're an ugly cunt. That's
it's just, but it's like
now you're a bearded.
Maybe it's just the less said, the better usually. But so like, it started off kind of as soon as I started growing a beard. Like when I was getting married, right? When I was getting married, I lost loads of weight, the stuff for like, you know, and like my hair was kind of long. I was growing a beard. And some of the girls I was working with, like, they were saying, like, you know, do you know who you look like? And I was like, who's that? And they were like, do you ever watch that movie Argo? And I was like, Ben Affleck. And they're like, that's it. And I was like, wow, fuck, I'll take that any day of the week. So I'm off walking around thinking I'm deadly. So then, a few months later, I'm married. I have to put fucking weight back on. And I'm talking to a different group of girls in work, and they're going, hey, we're just talking there. Do you know who you look like? And I'm there going, like, I know. And then they were like, do you remember fucking that thing, Home Improvements? And I was like, what? Do you remember his friend Al that worked in the shop with him? And I was like, what? How did I go from being Ben Affleck to fucking Al from the Home Improvements, right? So then a few months later, I was there, shaved it down a bit, put on a little bit more weight, and people started telling me, Joe, you look like your man from Hot Fuzz.
The other fan lad.
Yeah, the other fan. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, you know. So then, like, you know, people, like, they always think just because you have a beard, you look like somebody, and they have to tell you who you look like. So then, only a while ago, somebody said to me as well, it's like, there's a new program out in Sky One or whatever, and it's called White Powder, White Sand or something like that. And it's about being in Ibiza and all this kind of stuff. But there's a guy in it called Boxer. And they say every time we watch it, like, we think of you, like, and I'm there going, like, so I go back and watch it. I was like, oh, okay. Another one I was there going, I'll definitely take that. 100% behind that. Like,
he wasn't a fat lad, no?
No, actually, when I did have no beard, I was always told I looked like Chopper Reed.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Eric Bana.
Eric Bana, yeah.
Yeah, but then this was today. I arrive home, right, and I get out of my car, and there's a woman across the road from me, and she goes like, "Oh, hi Conor, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." She goes, "I have to say it." And like, I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Do you know who you look like?" And at this stage, I'm at like, this could be fucking anything, right? But this one took the biscuit, like, you know. So she goes, I say it to my husband all the time, and like he doesn't agree with me, but I think so. And I was there going like, right. So I'm like boggling around my head, like.
Does she say it to her husband when they're in bed together?
Hopefully. No, she's quite old. So she turns her head around and she goes, "Do you know who you look like?" And I was here, and she goes, "Bundayaki." And I was there, "Who?" And she goes, "You know Bundayaki, the rugby player." And I was like, and she goes, "Come on, someone must have said that to you before." And I was there, "It's just because I have a beard, isn't it?" Like he's South Sea Islander, like, you know. Is it just the beard? And she goes, well, a lot of it's to do with the beard, all right. But she goes, "I just see it when I look at you." And I was like, "Oh, what in the name of fuck?" So I'm walking into my house, just going like, I can understand if someone actually looked like someone by saying it to them, but it's like, just like, do they feel like because you have a beard, they have to tell
I
you
think
look like
a beard takes over the face so much that, like, from afar, like if I'm not wearing my glasses and I'm looking at someone from afar with a beard, it does just look like a fuzz of fucking hair and a little bit of a white or whatever, you know, as the face. And like from far away, because you've got real dark eyes, like you just look like two dots.
Beady eyes.
Yeah, they are beady eyes.
no soul.
Beady eyes and a beard. You kind of look a bit like
Bundayaki. That was rant one. I was
Okay.
like, okay. Then, so the second one, like, so like in my family, they've all heard of the podcast that we're doing at the moment, or they have actually heard the podcast. And then you have like somebody, like, you know, where people start going like, "Oh, did that really happen to you?" And I'm there going like, "Yeah, why I wouldn't have said that it happened if it didn't happen." And
everything
like,
on this is complete and utter truth.
100% truth.
It was a complete fabrication.
But that's it. Like, so like people like were saying like, "God, that's mad." Like, you know, that happened to you, and I'm like going like, "Yeah, no, just."
Oh, was this the thing when I said your uncle crept into your bed that night?
And I said, "Which uncle?" But no, so I was saying like, you know, as if like going like, "Sure, why?" Like, you know, they were like going, "But you must have exaggerated some of it." And I was there, "Well, of course."
What?
I was
Connell
like,
Doyle,
yeah, that's
exaggerating.
But then I was joking with them, and I was there going like, "Sure, I didn't get the name Plenty of Coats of Oil for nothing," like, you know. And they were like, "Oh, what?" And I was there going like, "I'm only messing." Yeah. And then we were all laughing about it, and then we started going like, you know, sure, everyone adds an arm or a leg to a story, like, you know, because there's the time where you can't really remember the exact location, or you can't even remember the exact time of year. Yeah. You're not going to get that get in the way of the story, like, you know. So, but like some people are there, like, and they want fucking exact detail, like, and you're going, "Oh, I can't remember," like, you know, and like, but
what were we wearing? The blue jumper.
But that's exactly it, like, you know. No, I remember that day, and you weren't wearing a blue jumper. Like, you know, that kind of way. It's
killjoy.
Like, fuck off.
You know, fucking
like, you're telling a story. It's like
buzz vampires. Yeah.
You want to get it out pretty quick as well. You don't want to be stalled now because you're gonna lose your audience.
But when you're telling a story, you're centre stage, and it's an Irish thing anyway. You're a storyteller, like, you know.
That's it. Like, because there's loads of times like you tell a story and you go like, it might have happened that quick, but I might cut out a little bit in the middle because it's a bit boring, like, you know, that kind of way. So I'm going from the start to the finish, like, you know, there was shit that happened in the middle. I'm not going to say that because it's just boring, like, you know. But then I was there going, and I remember I was listening to like to a radio show, Radio X with Johnny Vaughan, like, you know, and they were talking about people, right, that are so good at lying, okay, and telling stories that are just lies, and they came up with a name for it called Bullshido, right? And it's like, do you know anybody who's a black belt in Bullshido, right? So then a few things I was listed off when I was listening to were the things that they said. So there's one guy, he writes into the show and he says, "Hey, we got this buddy, and he tells so many lies, and everyone in the town knows him as a complete just like liar, that from now on in their town, telling a lie is just called telling a Denny." That's like his name, and like some of the things that he'd said, like, so one of the ones that were like almost that he was in the bar drinking with them all, And he disappeared for a while. And when he came back, he was there going, hey, did none of you guys notice that I was gone? And they were like, oh, no, I didn't notice you gone. He goes, I'm gone for about half an hour. He goes, I went out to chat to a mate of mine, and we got attacked by 7 wild dogs, right? Because, and then I had to fight them off with a handsaw.
It's just Mad Paul, isn't it?
This is what I mean. But like, I was there going, these kind of stories are actually sounding more familiar from people that we know, like people whose uncles are Hulk Hogan and and what was the other one with the ceiling? He fell
off the ceiling and they threw a boat in to rescue him and hit him on the head and knocked him unconscious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm listening to these things going, hey, I know people that are fucking like this. Yeah, because one of the other things that he told was he was in like the FCA or whatever.
Yeah.
And he got sent home early because he rolled a tank. But the best one that I heard out of them all was a guy said that he has a friend who's such a fucking liar. And everyone knows that he's a liar, but he doesn't give a shit and he just keeps telling lies. And there was one day they were there and they were like, and he said he was like quite high up in school and he tried to tell the teacher that his grandfather had invented drawing. And he said everyone in the class was just looking and going, how could your grandfather have invented drawing? And he goes, he did, yeah.
He was in too deep to
But it's like, well, that's the best lie I've ever heard in my life. Like,
brilliant. Invented drawing.
I had a conversation with someone once and they told me that their dad, do you know the way when you're driving and someone lets you pull out and you give the L hazards to say thank you?
Yeah.
That their dad invented that. And I was like, they didn't.
Yeah, but you know, it's like, you prove me wrong.
They wouldn't let it go.
Yeah, and it's the type of thing, like, you kind of go, maybe he did then.
It's like, when I used to work down in Cork, like, and I was in the Navy, and I found that when you go to Cove, everyone in Cove tries to tell you that they know really famous people, or that they don't, like, what they do is go, Herr Dialers, do you know the Titanic? And you're like, yeah, you go, well, my uncle built the Titanic. And you were there going, really? You go, well, he didn't actually build the Titanic, but he knew the lad who built the Titanic's father. And you're going like, so is this your uncle or not now? Like, you know, well, he didn't actually know the fella who did it, but he knew of him. Like, you know, and like, so he just read it in a book. And it was always stuff like that. They'd always tell you lies. It was just, and they were there going, and you'd call them out on it. The story would just roll on slightly. It'd be like that. It'd be just like, do you know them airplanes up in the air? And you're like, yeah, well, my uncle, he invented the engines on them. And you're there going like, really? Is your uncle like part of Rolls Royce or something? Well, no, he wasn't part of Rolls Royce, but he drew the picture.
But you're so right though. When you commit to a lie and you're in it, like, you're kind of going, how far do I go with this?
I know,
yeah.
I remember I drew a picture of Michael Jordan back in the 90s, right? And I wrote in it, to Barry, like I signed it. To Barry from Michael or something, like in shite fucking pretend handwriting and all. And I showed one of the lads, was like, yeah, Michael Jordan signed that. And he was like, that's obviously bullshit. Like, he didn't. And I go, I'm fucking telling you, you did. And like, actually, about 5 times after I disagreed with him, I was like, okay, I don't have to make a choice here.
yeah. When do I cop up the truth? Like,
but like, you know, when you're that young, you're too headstrong and proud. You're like, no, I'm not backing down. I was like, no, he signed it. I can prove it to you. How?
There it is.
Look at it.
Yeah. Show me something else that he's written. I could show you loads of copybooks. when he used to go to press.
Michael Jordan. And like, I remember arguing over stupid stuff. I think it was the same guy, just kept arguing with him over stupid stuff. Like, I remember eating a biscuit. And he was there going, like, it was one of those, I don't know if they were the sugary and they were kind of shortbready things. Yeah, but like something like that. They were like, there was the posh ones and then there was ones you got in Duns and all. And I was eating one and he's like, are they the ones from Duns? I was like, no. No, they're from real posh. They're called sugar shorties. And he's going, they're quite obviously from Duns. I know that. And he goes, no, not these, mate, not these. These are high class sugar shorties. Prove it. I don't have to.
Yeah.
That was stupid stuff. I was adamant, like, no, fucking telling you, mate, that's what they are. Michael Jordan eats these.
Look, he signed one of them.
Fucking easy.
But at the end of the day as well, like, you know, I will always say, like, you know, if you can't remember the full story, don't not to tell the story. Just tell at the end. Look, I think it's along those lines. I don't know.
But if you're into entertaining people, who gives a bollocks? Anyway,
never let the truth get in the way.
Yeah, fucking right.
No, but where would you be without a good story?
Yeah,
like if you're like meeting up with your mates, or or there's a group of people.
Yeah.
If somebody has a story, everyone gathers around them. It's it is an old Irish tradition.
Storytelling tradition.
It is the old shanties. How he lived life at one stage.
I met a guy on holidays one time, right, and he was the funniest fucker, and you could 100% tell that the stories were kind of half truths and stuff like that. But then you get talking to some of his mates, and they'd be like, "Going, no, that shit actually did happen to him." Like, but the way he told, like, he was telling us one time that he was on a stag do in Amsterdam. And he fell into one of the canals, because they were all sitting there getting a picture taken, and he fell over the side into the canal. And even though they took the picture, no one noticed, so he couldn't swim, and he was like drowning. But he managed to get his feet onto a little shopping trolley or something in the water, and get his nose just above the water. And he said he had to stand there for about 3 or 4 hours with just his nose sticking out of the water. And he could see people walking over the bridge and all, but he couldn't talk because every time he went to go, water go down his throat. And he said some man and woman walking by just looked down and just saw his head in the water, and they got someone to come and rescue him. And I was there going, that can't be true. There's absolutely no way that's true. And the lads were like going, oh no, it was because we were actually there. Like, you know.
If we told half the stuff that happened to you in Amsterdam, people wouldn't believe it either, like, you know.
Right, so that was my rant and any other crack stuff. So what's your rant and any other crack stuff?
Well, after all that, I don't really think I can compete. I was in, I went to the cinema for the first time the other day. If anyone buys fucking food or hot dogs, or no, it's not nachos, like nachos in the cinema is a fucking ridiculous. Who?
I know,
Who invented that?
It's all over their fingers now because it's in the dark as
well.
I
hate nachos. I hate the smell of cheese and smell of nachos and all. I think, like...
Well, you think you'd wash your knob then, wouldn't you?
But it's like... But it's like if someone brought a dog into the cinema. I'm like, you love your dog, fair enough, but I don't want to have to smell it or listen to it or, you know, have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Nachos are the same in my opinion. But some dogs smell like nachos as well. But luckily no one brought in nachos. But I just want
nachos. It's man.
Oh right, yeah, I got it now. Moving on.
Yawn.
So my first part of that rant is, who fucking introduced nachos into the cinema eating world? In fact, who? Well, I know that cinemas need to make money off the food and all. I actually don't buy food ever when I go to the cinema. I'll buy a coffee.
A little packed lunch.
Yeah. Packed lunch. A burger beforehand in a place. It's named after what you love having inside you, actually. Do you know the place?
Your mum's fist.
Five Guys. You leave my mass fist out of this and out of your ass.
Five Guys.
Five Guys. But you know when you go up to the fucking counter, right? And I'd ever get this and you go like the biggest burger you have, all the trimmings, whatever, and you go, and large chips, and they go, I'm sorry sir, can I just give you a little warning there? Yeah. Those chips are actually a massive portion. They're usually designed for 2 people. I'm just like, right. Let me just explain how the human body works. Let me just explain to you, bitch.
What you should have done was you should have roundhouse kicked them in the head.
Yes.
That's what they're invented for.
I walk in up, like they're not that big anyway. But even if they were a fucking bin bag full of chips, I was still like going, I know. That's why I ordered them.
I'd rather have
I eat for 2 every single time I go anywhere. So can you stop giving me the lecture and just give me the fucking things?
Yeah.
Like, why are they even telling people this? Like, it's ridiculous.
It's like as if
they're gonna make more money anyway. So what the fuck? Like, are they trying to save lives by fucking cholesterol or something?
Like, by the end of it, you'd rather be looking at them than looking for them. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing worse than under-ordering anything.
Like, I just don't get it. Every single time I go in, like, they should know by now, because I got the big bull head in me, like, you know, kind of, and the big belly is there, kind of go, give me the bean bag of fucking chips. But it's the same when I go into a coffee establishment. I won't name it. It rhymes with nimnomnia. Is that a word? I don't know. But I always go, make a coffee with can I get an extra shot though, please? Just an extra shot. And they go, but sir, I don't know if you notice, but every coffee we have is double shot. I go, Yeah, that's brilliant. I fucking know! Just do what I told you. Just give me what I asked for.
do it, yeah.
I know there's 2, but I want 3. So give me the extra fucking shot. Is all I'm saying. Like, this just keeps happening. I mean, it's the art of fat bastardy. Is it dead, is it?
No, but what's happened these days as well is that you get these fucking people going in. Like, I went into the Stella just before all the lockdowns and all that sort of thing. And I went up and I was there going, what can I order here? And they were like going, anything off the menu and a beer, and we bring it all up to you. And if you want more food when you're up there, you can order when you're up there. And I was like going, no, I'll just order it all now. They're like going, oh yeah, but like that, you can order more later, sir. And I was like, no, but I'll be in the middle of my movie there.
Yeah.
And then when I want it, I'll be like, going, where the fuck is it? But then, so I'm there and I'm standing waiting for my receipt or whatever it is. They go, oh sorry, my beer I was waiting on because you can bring that up with you. And then this young guy walks up and he's about 20 and he's with a girl on a date and he's like going, can we order some drinks please? And I was like, yeah. She goes, can we get 2 sparkling waters and 2 salads? And I was there going, so you're bringing a girl to the cinema?
I presume you roundhouse kicked him.
I fucking roundhouse kicked everyone. Everyone! Even people that were drinking. Come on. I was just so angry. But I was there going, like, imagine bringing a girl on a date. Like, the girls find this attractive. Like, they obviously don't probably don't find any of us attractive anyway.
Well, that's for numerous reasons. Because you look like a man from home.
That was Bundy Aki.
Well, a mix.
Yeah. A mix.
Bundy Al.
Bundy Al. Al Bundy.
Al Bundy.
But like, I remember being in there and I was standing there and I was nudging Mary and I was there going, did you hear that, Mary? And she was like, what? And I was there, they just ordered like a salad, both of them, and just water, and they're going to the cinema. She's like, oh, that's what all the kids are doing these days. And I was like,
the kids.
But he's 20 or so, like, you know, he's obviously on a date. And she goes, yeah, they're all into their healthy eating and all. I'm like, oh, fuck that.
I'd even take nachos ahead of a salad in the cinema. What, a salad? I just can't imagine
in a cinema. Yeah. Imagine you sitting beside someone crunching salads.
Like, not only are you making noise, but you're eating a fucking salad.
Yeah.
Roundhouse kick. Oh, my hammer!
Would you like a piece of lettuce? Fucking just shoot me now.
Alright. Next, we're moving on to some clapping and clicking. We're moving on to retro motion, and this week we are going to talk about dress up, piss ups, Halloween, and all that kind of crack. Just dressing up and all that, you know yourself. So, starting off, let's, as we usually do, we go back to where it all began. When everything was so free and easy back in the 80s.
Well, it was probably free.
Nothing was easy.
That was the only way I was going to be wearing it. It was like, if my parents got it for free.
Free and easy? No, just freezy. It was freezing. We couldn't afford eating.
Yeah.
But I think the 80s, when it came to, like, I mean, the 80s, there was no such thing for us anyways. Obviously, dress up, piss ups. It was more just Halloween. And Halloween in the 80s was basically plastic bags and plastic masks.
The worst type, like.
I remember going into, like, I mean, I know we mentioned it in the last episode, or one of the last ones, the knick-knack shop and the pound shop.
Yeah.
You go in and buy these fucking things, you're like, grand, it was only £1, and you put it on, and once that fucking band went round the back of your head, and that thing, it was like 7 or 8 knives sticking into your face.
But it was always cracked in loads of places, and
it smelled like some chemical compound, like, you know. But I found a photo of what my parents dressed, or my mum and my dad had nothing to do with it, obviously. My mother just used to basically go through her wardrobe of shit 80s clothes and dress us up. And I found this photo. Like, this is me and my brother and my sister, right? So, how to explain this, right? We'll start on the left. We'll start on the left with my brother, right? I don't know if he meant to be a vampire or what, but right, he's got white makeup on his face and he's got vampire teeth, so okay, that's a good start, right?
And a woman's scarf then.
No, it's like an Oriental fucking blanket or something. That's his cape, right? A black jumper, a mini skirt. I don't know why he's wearing a blue mini skirt, right? But look further down, he's wearing my mother's hooker boots. I call them hooker boots. I presume she was a hooker because she owned them. Okay, so that's my brother, sort of, right? He's some sort of Oriental hooker vampire thing, right? And then, okay, moving on to me in the middle, right? Okay, so starting from the bottom, because the top's too mental, right? I'm describing this for the people who are only listening on Spotify and the rest of it. I'm wearing a white sheet, the most basic of fucking things, right? But I've drawn on it what I want it to be, which I still don't know what it is. There's like a chain on it, I think. I don't know. But anyway, it's a white sheet. It was like, why didn't I just wear the white sheet and be a ghost? Who knows? So I've got my woolly jumper on underneath, you know, obviously to keep warm. But then moving up to my face, I've got a giant nose, a giant long nose.
It's like a Wurzel Gummidge nose.
Yeah, it's a Wurzel Gummidge nose, right? I've got some sort of clown makeup on. And to top it all off, I've got a Viking hat on, a Viking helmet on.
But it's not even on properly. The horn's coming out the front.
But like,
what are you meant to be?
I don't know. But like, what the fuck is that?
And why do you look so fucking homo with it? Coming at you.
Then we're moving on to my sister. Now this is another classic 80s. A bin bag.
A bin bag, yeah, with a belt.
With like, you know those fucking horrible belts your mother used to wear in the 80s? So that's just... But she's got brown fingers.
Like, is that poo or is it meant to be...
No, I think they were like meant to be witch nails, witch fingers, you know?
That makes more sense.
Yeah, but
it's not like...
If she was African American or something... But she's fucking got white hands and brown fingertips. But she has clown makeup on as well. Yeah. And a fucking tinsel clown wig.
Your mother obviously went out and bought white face paint and she was determined to use it. So I want to be a knight. With a white face.
Yeah. And she was obviously looking for the clothes back by the end of it. I've got a hot date in the weekend. I need that shit back.
I need those boots. I think back to like, I remember going to like a fancy dress costume thing that they were doing in their estate. So on the green, one of the guys who...
I love every time you go to someone's gaff on your estate, it's a funny story. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this.
No, but this one was like, no, I wasn't old enough to be drinking, so you're not going to like it.
No,
yeah.
No, like the one...
So we were dressing up, like, and my mum was like, oh yeah, what do you want to dress up as? And I was like, a mummy. And she was like, a mummy, like, you know, so she's going through everything.
Like a mother.
Like, looking for, like, what could she use as a mummy costume? So then she comes up with a great idea, or I came up with a great idea. Someone came up with a great idea, but we got toilet roll, right?
Yeah.
And I held on to it. We wrapped me in toilet roll from head to fucking toe. And we got out, and I looked like the best fucking mummy you'd ever seen in your life. And I walk out, and sure, 10 minutes out the door, and everyone realised you're made of fucking toilet roll. Okay? They all start fucking pulling you apart. So by the time we get down...
Or wiping their holes on you.
But as soon as we get down to the costume party thing, I don't have any fucking toilet roll left on me, so obviously I'm not gonna fucking win. So I leg it back home in tears and like going to my mom, I have no fucking toilet roll left, like, you know.
You're just in your normal clothes.
Yeah, pretty much just in a tracksuit, like, and she was like going, like, oh no, what are we gonna do? So then she was there going like, I can't think of anything else. We've nothing here. So like that, she opens up the shit wardrobe and she goes, do you want to dress as a woman? And I was there going like, do I what? I want to be something cool. Like,
always.
Yeah, and she was there going, women are cool. And I was like, hold on a second. Even back then, I knew. Yeah. But then anyway, I fucking went with it. So she dressed me up as a fucking woman. She had this fucking a hat and stuff like that like you'd wear to the races. Fucking, what do you call it? There's a name for them anyway. Like, I walked down and they're doing the prizes and standing there, and one of the guys comes over and goes, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And in second place, this person here points at me, like, you know. I was like, oh really? And then they were like, oh, what's your name? And I was there, Connell. Connell who? Connell Law. I was like, from up the road. And he goes, I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh fuck, I would have given you first place if I thought you were a boy.
Your mother did such a good job.
I would have got first place. So I got second.
If you hadn't had your beard, you would have got
all over there then. But then I was just there like going like, fucking hell, like with so many shit costumes back then and all. And like for some reason, like anything I ever won was dressed as a girl. Like I remember one time dressed as Little Red Riding Hood. And and I won like we had to go down to the school for that one. And I won like fucking cleaned up like a woman. But I won like book vouchers and shit like that, like, you know, like I had to dress up as something from a storybook. That was what it was. But as we got a bit older, we got a bit of cop on. Like then you were going down to the pound shop and you were just buying crap, and it was just like any old mask, and like everyone was trying to dress as like Freddy Krueger or something. So you'd be like robbing your dad's jumpers and stuff like that, putting rips in them.
His best jumper.
Walking out with like the kitchen fucking knives attached to your hand.
Like literally like lethal weapons.
Yeah.
Into the school to dress or something, and I left it like, obviously, you know when you're young you just go, Ma, I need a costume. At 5 to 9, like, you need a what the fuck. So she was scrambling around the gaff, and fair play to her, she came up with a fucking great one. She gave me a pair of glasses, I turned them upside down and gave me a stick. Dennis Taylor. Fucking brilliant.
Genius.
Like, I had the shirt and the bow tie, turned the glass up down, I had a stick, and I was walking around going, I have no idea who I'm meant to be.
It's like, but you'd always, like, your mom and dad would, like, be good at, your mom would be good at that kind of stuff. So I remember like that as well.
Absolutely zero.
Who are you?
Why are you dressed like a girl?
Yeah. Well, I remember one time, like, we had a school play, and like that, the teacher told me, Connell, you're going to be one of the polar bears. But in this particular play, there was pirates as well.
Yeah.
So then I was there going, but I want to be a pirate. And the teacher's like, oh no, but those 4 lads over there. And she was actually a fucking bitch. Because, right, what she done was, she picked the 4 popular lads in the class. Now, maybe it was because they were outgoing and were probably going to be able to do some lines. Yeah, we probably were.
And skinnier.
Yeah. But, like, we were tiny kids. And she picked the 4 popular lads in the class to be the pirates. Yeah, and I was there going, but I want to be a pirate. I have a pirate costume at home.
You be the tree.
And then she was there going like, oh no, that's not how it goes. I said, no, but I have a really cool costume at home like that we made, like, you know, it's a pirate costume. And she was like going, no, Connell, you're going to be a polar bear. And I was there going like, right, okay, cool. So I got home and said to my mum, there's a play and I'm a pirate. I need my pirate outfit out.
Pressed and clean.
And this needs to be the best one because I need to turn up on the day and outdo somebody else and walk in and go, well, buddy, you don't really look like a pirate there, do you? Like, you know, I'll take his place. But that's not what happened. What ended up happening was the day before, my mum comes up and she goes, Connell was saying about the costumes for tomorrow, and the teacher was like, yeah. But like, he was just saying, like, he actually has a real sword, but he's probably not allowed to bring a real sword to school, is he? And the teacher was all like, going, why would a polar bear need a sword? So,
because he's a kick-ass polar bear.
my mum was like going, like, looking at me going like, and I'm there going like, oh balls, like, you know. So then the teacher was like, Connell's a polar bear, and he goes, oh, he told me that he was a pirate. No, he's not a pirate. So then we get home, and my mother's there going like, oh God, Jesus Christ, we could have made something, now we've nothing. So what she done was, she got like a sweatshirt, like one of the kind of like the grey sweatshirts, and just popped it inside out, like, you know, and it was all ruffled then on the inside, and just put that over me, like, you know, and just painted my nose black. I was like, I don't even think they have black nose. Get out!
Definitely. Because it is a weird age. Like, when do you stop coming around calling the doors, you know?
I actually had more fun dressing up as I got older.
Oh yeah, no, me too, because I knew what I was doing and
but then
all the rest of it. But do you know when you're at that weird age where, like, I'd love to go around the gaffs now and just get loads of sweets and stuff, but you know when you call to her and go, you're too old to be dressed up, you know,
especially when it's not even Halloween.
Yeah, it's really awkward. Trick or treat,
and it was only last week.
And all you're wearing is a mask. It's pretty cold there, that's why.
I like your morph suit.
Because I mean, you want to get into a pub because when you're able to drink and dress, like, that's the thing about Halloween and dressing up, and if there's a fancy dress or anything, what a combination, dressing up and going on the piss. Like, it's just the best buzz ever when you get everyone in the same room and dressing up in, like, everyone's something different and all the rest of it, and like there's a party atmosphere and all. It's just a fucking great way of injecting a bit of life into a night out. Like, you've never had a bad dress up night out, I don't think, you know. I think we peaked, well, not peaked, but I think we really hit form the first time when we dressed up as Andy and Lou from Little Britain.
Yeah,
no. And I mean, there's probably loads of people listening to this who've never even fucking seen Little Britain because it's banned off telly now because it's so offensive and all the rest of it.
Banned off telly.
But basically, it was a sketch show. The same thing happened every week, just in different scenarios. But one of the elements of it was a sketch of this weird guy. He used to look after a guy in a wheelchair who was even weirder and a bit soft or whatever. The two of them were a bit soft. But he used to push him around in the wheelchair, and every time he wasn't looking, your man would jump out of the wheelchair and be doing somersaults or diving off cliffs or whatever.
And then you saw this and thought, hey, I've got a great thing for me and you.
Yeah, but in fairness, I did come up to you and say, which one do you want to be?
No,
you fucking dived into the wheelchair one, you know? So I went back to my mum and said, Mom, I need some shite clothes because your mum wears shit clothes.
She was like, come into my office.
Go straight into my best evening wear.
Come into my parlour.
And I literally found this grey leather jacket and I was like, can I have this? And she's like, yeah, I suppose I don't really wear it anymore. So it was so small that I had to rip the arms on it to get it on. So I was like, she's not getting this back anyway. So I put that on, like, oh, they're terrible. I looked awful, but you looked fucking horrendous. But at least the way you looked, it was...
Because we got one of those bald wigs, if you can call it a bald wig. I don't know how you call it. Yeah. Like, but it was from your man from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, like, you know, the hunchback guy. So we put that on, painted the face real pale, and then put on a pair of glasses that looked like what he wore. But then I got like a white vest, and back then I wasn't fat enough, so I had to put like a pillow and all in it. And then my mother was like, fair play to her, she sewed in like all the boobs and the belly button and all that sort of thing. So then when we got in, I was like, and actually I went into a charity shop and I found the exact colour of pants and all that he wears. But we still had one big point missing, big part missing, which was the wheelchair. And we were like, oh fuck, where are we going to get a wheelchair? So I was in the Navy at the time, and I rang this place called Open Door in Bray, and I rang them and I said, hi, and I had to put on my poshest voice ever. I was like, hi, how's it going, how are you? I have a grandmother staying over for the weekend, just it's a Halloween weekend, and she gets a little bit scared, and she can't walk too well, so she's a little bit of trouble on her feet. So we're just wondering if there's any chance at all we could rent a wheelchair. We're in this state right beside you, Seacrest, just that hill, you know, it'd be very troublesome getting her up and down.
What?
Yeah, and I've just dropped my monocle. Hold on a second. But then they were like going, oh yes sir, we do, yes, we rent them out, like, you know. I was like, oh, that is fabulous, thank you so much, spiffy. Like, so then,
how much did they charge you, by the way, for that?
It wasn't even that expensive. It was something like £60 or so, or €60 for the weekend or
That's
something like that.
That's actually more expensive like that.
Yeah. So then, of course, I was there going, well, there's no way they're gonna fucking hand it to me. So I rang my dad, and I was in Bray at the time because I was in the Navy at the time. So I was there going like, if he knows I'm here, he'll just go get yourself. Yeah. And I rang him and said, hey, can you do me a huge favour? And he was there going like, yeah, cool. And I was like, do you know that place up across from Maxall called Open Door? And he goes, oh, I've drove by it. Yeah. I said, he goes, what is it? I said, I don't know. I think it's a library. I was like, I think it's a library. So there's a package there for me. Can you pick it up? I said, like, and I'll be home then on Friday. Yeah. And he was there. Yeah, cool. Went up to pick it up. Said, Friday. He was like, oh yeah, grand, whatever. So then I'm like, I'm at home, my phone's ringing with my dad, and he's there going like, what the fuck? And I was there like, what? And he goes, a fucking wheelchair. You told me a package. I said, well, I didn't know what it was. Like, and he goes, hold on, what do you need a wheelchair for? And I said, it's part of my Halloween costume. He's like, there's something fucking wrong with you, do you know that? And he hangs up, like, you know, they're going, grand. But then it was perfect because it was exactly what we needed, was the wheelchair. But it was pretty bad because by the end of it, that wheelchair was in
fucking mangled
tatters. Yeah. There was one stage where I had two steins going down the road, and I was there going, this is amazing, I can actually drink and sit here and people are going to push me around. And then I was drinking away and we were going down the hill towards the pub, and I realised there's nobody pushing me. And I went through the Mead Road. I just kept going and started veering towards the police station. I hit the curb there. I went fucking head over heels. I got up off the ground. I was just holding two handles. Like, there was just glass everywhere. We couldn't even find it. There was people running up the road with it and stuff. And we found it at the top of the road. The wheels were punctured and everything. And I had to say to my dad, like, because I went home a day early, back to the Navy, like, and sat down on the base, like, fucking, like, rocking in a room after all the drink we'd had. But I just left it in my mum and dad's hallway with a note and going, hey dad, can you drop this back?
The feels bent on it bits. But the fucking thing was, you stayed in character the whole night. And we were in the nightclub, and he go, I want to go toilet. And I was like, well, fucking go to the toilet then. Like, what are you telling me for? And no, I want to go to the toilet. And I was like, oh, we're still doing this, are we? So I had to fucking...
Wouldn't be like us to pull a piss out of a joke.
So I had to fucking push it, and it was in the nightclub part. So I had to go through the whole nightclub and into the back jacks. And like, the chipper we used to go to, it was the most popular thing in the whole town. And at 2 a.m, it was fucking carnage. Like, there was hundreds of people deep in the queue going down the Albert Walk and all. You couldn't fucking get near the place. So we pushed the wheelchair right to the front, and the fucking bouncer was like Polish or something. He'd never seen Little Britain.
Yeah.
You let them through, you know, he's in a wheelchair, and everyone's like, fuck off, you fucking like, yeah, no. And then,
that one?
But we got in and I was like, fucking happy days to see that one.
Right up to the top.
And I was like, what do you want? And he goes, I want a bar sausage. And I was like, no, fucking get out of character now, or ordering fucking food. The next year was it Dumb and Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber was the year after that.
Yeah.
Then we done like
with Dumb and Dumber. We put on the if anyone's seen Dumb and Dumber, the 2 tuxedos. You had the luminous orange and luminous blue. I thought that was really good. Your mother, in fairness to her, we ordered these fucking things from probably Wish.com or something, and they looked amazing in the picture. And they arrived there like they were fucking crap.
My favourite thing was, right, when we ordered them, right, it was kind of like, I was there going like, yeah, but like, I'm a little bit bigger than you, Baz. What size is it? He goes, one size fits most. Fits most.
That's not a good start. But like, they had no fucking bells or whistles on them or embellishes or anything. They were kind of going, these look like a pair of pajamas. And then your mother, in fairness to her, she's a genius when it comes to that sort of stuff.
No, she sewed.
She absolutely... She made them into proper tuxedos. Put the, you know, that strip down the side, the leg and all that kind of stuff. Put like proper collars on them and all. Let's actually see the picture there. They look fucking great, it is, yeah. But like, that was probably another successful one, I have to say now.
So we done the Mexican wrestlers as well. And probably stayed in character all night, but too long. Yeah. Like, you know,
doing wrestling moves, jumping off tables and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no.
And then like that again, though, as well as we were talking about earlier, we done the Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah.
So everybody knows the Ghostbusters. There's 4 Ghostbusters. So we all like, you know, who wants in. So we got 4 people. Yeah. And then we picked the names that have who we were going to be, because everyone wanted to be like Egon or like whatever.
Not
like,
Egon. Everyone wanted to be fucking Bill Murray.
Yeah, exactly. So we all picked a name. So then, like, I got the black guy, right? And I was there going, okay, fair enough. You can't be the Ghostbusters with that black guy. And like, I was there going, so now I'm going to have to be... Well, actually, I didn't even think like that back then. Because it wasn't... So I just went there and bought brown paint. I just painted my face now brown, like, you know. And walked around. But like, when I look at the photos now, I'd be like going... You'd nearly get in trouble for having them on your Facebook. Like, someone would probably say something to you.
You would definitely get in trouble.
Well, I'm there going, like, that's mad. Like, because at the end of the day, like, we were dressing up as the Ghostbusters. And there's no way you could... Like... Do you not dress up as that person? Do you deduct him from the Ghostbusters because, you know, none of us are allowed to do it?
Remember, we turned up that night and we had, like, we put a bit of effort into the proton packs. Well, you did. And
we had the music and all the radio.
We looked decent. And then, like, 4 other lads were walking into the pub at the same time dressed as Ghostbusters with shit costumes. They basically walked up to the door and walked away once they
saw ours. Went round the corner.
I don't know. I dressed up as Hitler. Oh my god, what was I thinking?
But so did Harry. You know what I mean? Prince Harry didn't he dress up as a Nazi as well? You get so fucking hammered so fucking quick. Yeah. Because when I was dressed up as the werewolf, I was in the middle of the nightclub, and your man was announcing all the winners and all that sort of thing, and I could hear I was standing outside. And I could hear, where's the dog, the werewolf thing? And I was leaning against one of the poles outside the Martello, and I was like going, I actually can't fucking move properly, like, you know, because I've been drinking out straw all night, like, and all the bubbles or whatever's going to your head. So I'm like going, right, fuck, I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going home. I don't know what I'm doing, but I need to leave. Yeah. But I got home to my mum and dad's house, and I couldn't. I was like, oh no, I forgot my keys, like, I can't open the door. So I climbed over the fence into the back garden, and I got into their shed. And there was like fucking pigeon food on the ground, so I made like lay that down. I was like, be grand, someone will find me in a few minutes, like, you know. But I wake up, it was probably only about an hour later, and the dog was staring at me and growling. And all I heard it was like a fucking, I thought it was an engine on or something like that, because all I heard was, and I look at him like going, fuck's wrong with you? Like, and I was like, starts going nuts at me, trying like, fuck. So I had to run again, jump over the fence, and get out of the garden and start running, like, you know, because everyone's still obviously in the nightclub. Because I've left early, I've no key to get in the door, I can't get in, and there's a bench then under the window. So I lie down the bench and fall asleep.
At no point did you go, oh,
oh shit. But so I'm lying on this bench, fall asleep, and I wake up and it's bright. And like
shit.
there's kids playing on the road, and like, you know, like I fucking jump up and they leg it, like, on the what in the name of God, come on. And I knock at the door, and like the like someone answers, goes like, oh my God, we're so worried, like, where did you spend the night? I was like, I was there, like, you know, and they were like, oh, we didn't see you.
you had blood on your shirt and everything.
I was in bits, like, you know what I mean? Like, if anyone like had seen me walking through the streets of Bray that night, like, you know, because I have no idea how long it took me to get home. All I remember was I was really drunk, I couldn't walk properly, and I was staggering along. And it probably took me about 500 hours to get home, like, you know.
So so is that all we have then?
I think that's pretty
Retro
much
Emotion,
it. Yeah, I think Retro Emotion is officially finito.
Snapped. But if, as usual, we want to hear your shit Halloween costumes, especially from the 80s, because they're the funny ones.
Yeah. Pictures, send pictures in.
Send pictures, yeah. Nudes. Send nudes.
Not
Not from the 80s.
Yeah.
Make sure you're female.
Yeah, and that you've grown up. Not the one from the 80s when you were children.
In fact,
How do we get out of this? Christ. Moving on. Right.
Swiftly.
Have you anything from Wonders of Wish?
Okay,
Recorded.
so this week
Right.
on the Wonders of Wish, what did I order? Okay, so trying to get back into the little bit of fitness, all that sort of stuff.
Ever
like,
since you look like your man from Home Improvement.
but then I think I'm gonna stop now that I look like Bundyaki, like, you know what I mean? Like Viper, shorts, training shorts that they wear in likes of. I was like, whoa, and it's all pictures of them, like McGregor and like, you know, Nate Diaz.
Not Conor McGregor, just Jimmy McGregor.
Yeah, and they're like, it says like 100% originals, blah 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 blah. Retail for whatever, but you're getting a 99.99999% discount. So these are like €8 each or whatever, €8 for two or something like that. I was like, oh, fucking nice one, I'll go for them, brilliant. And like, even when you scroll through, there was like 25 pictures, and it was like zoom in on the material and stuff. And like the material was so good, it looked like the Spider-Man suit kind of material and all. I was like, oh yeah. And they were showing that, like, you know, with the like in between the legs and all, it's a different type because it releases more air and all that sort of thing. I was like,
they sound
good for farting as well. So I was like, happy days. So the package came. Okay.
I look forward to this.
Here, numero. So. If anyone can't see these, they're not exactly loads and loads of different types of material, but there is different type of material, and it is exactly like the kind of stuff that you dress the pound shop Barbies in. You know what I mean? It's like imagine the amount of sweat that would come out of you now. Look at the stitch mark. It doesn't. None of the lines even match up.
Look at the fucking size of them as well.
It's like, but they're like,
your arse is not that big.
No, but the funny thing about it is, right, so they're extra large because I wanted to like be able to move around in them. But when you put them on, they're not like sewn in any kind of way, shape or form that are meant to fit anybody. Because when you put them on, it's like, they fit my legs fine, they fit my waist fine. One ass cheek was tighter than the rest, like, you know. It has all this kind of like, you know, so it's Venom written all over.
Venom's a proper make, isn't
exactly, yeah, sorry, I said Viper, I meant to say Venom, yeah. But like, look at the fucking stitching in this shit, right? So that was item number 1.
Oh, you've 2.
Second pair came. Like, I can see you through them. I can actually see. I can see.
Look at the fucking design on them. Look at this shit.
And on the back, it says Venom. But like, it's like fucking. Look at the treads and all hanging out. Look at this shit. Like,
they are appalling.
But I can see right through. I can see Anto over there. Like, you know. They are amazing.
How much did that cost?
It it wasn't too bad. There was a 99.999999%
Reduced from €3,000.
discount, and they were like, but I think they charged me like fucking €8 or something.
It was money well spent.
The money investment. But I tried putting this pair on, and they just started ripping before I even got them up on my leg. Like I was there going,
you just take them in the pack. They're literally just ripping in front of you.
like, but exactly like it's the I felt like I was back Halloween 1984, and my mum was wrapping me in toilet roll again.
There's literally threads all over the fucking table here.
When I got them right, and I was pulling them over my legs, and Mary was there going like, "What are they?" And I was there going, "Oh, I ordered these on Wish. Maybe they'll fit. I don't know." And she goes, "The bag for life from Tesco's made of better quality."
Look at you.
I was there going, "Do you know something? Fuck."
So once again, we end a Wish.com segment with "I wish I hadn't bought."
Exactly.
Well, no, keep buying the shit stuff because that's the entertainment.
But they were meant
if
to
you
be
ever,
good.
if you ever dare bring anything good on here,
But they were meant to be good.
I'll never be your friend
I
again.
thought you guys were going to go like, "They're amazing. Where can I get them?"
Could you order me a pair of those?
Yeah.
I'll leave you the money.
I have to hoover up all that fucking threads.
Imagine if you had bought them and you were going like to do MMA training with some lads that were like, you're able to see your knob as you're walking in anyway, like. And they're just like, if you were, excuse me, sir, there's children here.
If you ever became an MMA fighter, you'd be sponsored by Wish.com, and they're the clothes of your hair.
You'd have to wear 5 pairs of them, like, Wish. But what they do is they'd pay you extra to get your cock tattooed saying Wish on it. Because everyone will be able to see you.
Oh, fuck. To the
Is our
big debate. We've had some good ones lately, so it's about time we had a couple of shit ones. So sorry in advance, but
does that mean we're gonna talk about shit?
no, actually, we're not talking about toilet stuff. I don't have any toilet stuff. Do you?
No.
No.
You see this trip for 2 to Uganda, right?
Uganda.
And you and your best buddy go.
Yeah.
And it's like all like inclusive and all that.
Definitely
sort
coming back with AIDS, but
yeah,
anyway.
but like you go across there, right? And as soon as you arrive there, you just get kidnapped,
Okay.
right? And you get kidnapped.
I thought I was being stereotypical with the AIDS.
Yeah. But there's this big fucking ginormous warlord has you fucking kidnapped, right? And he's thinking that he wants to fucking ransom you off, but he decides that he's taking a shine to you and your best buddy, right?
He must have seen your shorts.
He's seen through your shorts.
I felt sorry for you.
And he says then, like he's standing there with a big machete.
Yeah.
And he's there going like, I'm not gonna chop these up into little pieces.
That's too little a piece already.
If you give me a blowjob.
What the fuck?
Okay, right?
Why
So
did you have
hold
to
on.
go to Uganda for this?
Because he's obviously got a big cock. And I didn't want to go around. I didn't want to have to go around the other way. So this is the only way I could go around it diplomatically.
Okay.
So there's this Ugandan warlord with a big machete and a even bigger machete between his legs. And he says, right, if you give me a blowy, you can go for free, right? So do you
Right.
do you give him the blowy?
What's the alternative?
No, hold on. There's A, B, C, and D. There's no alternatives, right?
Sorry.
Let's start with A.
Just be thankful I said what's the alternative. Where do I sign?
Do you A, right?
Yeah.
So do you A? Do you say no and you have to stay imprisoned in his fucking little shanty shack for the rest of your life? Do you B? Say like, I'm going to be the fucking man, take one for the team, and give him the blowy for you and your buddy? Or do you C? Turn around and say, I'll fucking do it if he does it. So they're your options, right? So it's in jail for the rest of your life, basically, in a horrible little fucking dingy thing.
Yeah.
Which you'll probably get fucking prodded and poked anyway, no matter. Do you number 2 take one for the team and say, Joe, I'm gonna be the fucking bigger man here and do it? Or do you C, fucking say, I'll do it if he does it?
C, big time. Because if I have to watch it at horror, I want someone else to have shared the experience.
Yeah.
Plus, if you'd be just going the Halloween on the plane. You're so gay. You're so
Can't wait to tell everyone about it. But then I knew you would say that, right?
Oh.
So then, right? Because I've done my research past.
You're the Ugandan warlord.
Because I knew you'd go for that. Because there's no way you're going to turn around and say, I'll take the fucking hit on this one, jump on the hand grenade, like, you know. So you've gone for that. So you're now fucking, you're blowing this fucker. Like, you know what I mean? So here's the second question. It's an A or B as well, right?
Oh, fuck.
Do you do the first 90% of the blowy or the last 10% of the blowy? There's now 2 years blowy in them.
And hold on a minute now.
He's clean as a whistle. So now you have to decide.
But
because you've decided
the
that
90%.
So you're the,
I'll hack away at that yoke for ages. As long as I don't have to fucking deal with the fucking. What a disgusting fucking.
But just think about it, folks out there.
Yeah.
You're going to be on holiday
This
soon.
could happen.
This is the shit that you just need to prepare for again. The world isn't the same out there.
Because Ryanair are doing really cheap flights to Uganda.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Jesus. That's your debate. Right, one for the ditch this week. Connemara. This was a gift from a good buddy of mine, Keane. Thank you for the lovely present. I will look after it well. It's it's a peated single malt Irish whiskey. Tell me about it. You probably know.
I've had this before, and this is okay. So I've had like green spot, yellow spot, blue spot, fucking
Ugandan
brunch spots. But this is my favourite whiskey.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this because you can actually taste the peat off it. Ooh. It's the way we keep doing the thing where we're reading and it kind of you're going. I'm not knocking them because maybe there is people out there that love that extra bit of detail.
Smelly
But this one actually tastes like peat. Right. But it's not just about the smell. It smells of it. It tastes of it. But it's really, really nice.
Let's taste it. Oh my god, that smells fucking unbelievable. Do you want to sniff? You'll only want one. Oh, baby.
Magnifique.
Rich malt, fruit flavours, underlying vanilla tones, deep, full body. That is fucking very good. So, let's wrap it up for this week, or this whatever fucking episode. Cheers, hombre.
Zeben, I think it was it?
Yeah, episode 7. I can't believe we're still going, but
And remember, ladies and gentlefolk, if you want 90%, come to Baz. If you want the last 10%, you know where to come. Literally.
In your shorts.